Welcome back to another episode of Lucid Daily, the number one spot for Lucid news and information on a daily basis. And today we have quite a bit of big news that we need to go over, so let's go ahead and get started. Very first off, Lucid was up 5% today, 4.9% during the day, and another 0.3% in the after hours. And this is because they did announce that they are partnering with Nvidia Drive, and I'll get into more details of that into this episode. Let's continue. Tesla was also up 7.9% today. They were down 0.18% in the after hours. This is largely due to the Giga Berlin factory opening and officially in production. So this is great news for Tesla and for the EV sector in general, just getting EVs more known and more popular. Next, you had Rivian kind of just riding the coattails of these two big pieces of news in the EV industry. They were up 7.74% during the day today, up 0.5% in the after hours. I did not find any news or any reasons that Rivian was up this much, but nonetheless, it's good to know. First off, Lucid did tweet this picture of what's actually a short 8-second video of their VR system in their studio. So if you don't know, if you go into a Lucid studio and you want to make a reservation, you put on these VR goggles and you sit in these seats that are replicas of the seats that they have in the actual cars, and you make custom configurations with the goggles on. That way you can configure your Lucid and you can see it in real life, in real time, I should say, exactly how it should be. So if you want to change the color of it, you can see it with the goggles on. If you want to change different settings with it, if you want to change the style of car, you can change all of that within the goggles and you're able to see it in real time, which is pretty unique. It is kind of, it's a different feel. I actually haven't ever used it because I haven't reserved one in one of these VR headsets, but you're able to kind of see exactly how the car would look. Next, you do have the big announcement. Let's go ahead and start talking about it, that the Lucid Group builds on intelligent EVs on Nvidia Drive. Now, if you don't know what this is basically Nvidia's arm of their autonomous driving sector. Now, Nvidia has built on a ton of other different projects, and we'll talk about that here in a little video in just a second. But basically, let's go ahead and read this. It's the seamless integration of the software-defined Nvidia Drive platform provides a powerful basis for Lucid to further enhance what Dream Drive can do in the future, all of which can be delivered to vehicles over the air. And this was spoken by Mike Bell, the Senior Vice President of Digital Lucid Group. Now, one of the biggest questions I had is this already implemented, or is this something that they will implement? And this actually answers my question. It says NVIDIA Drive Hyperion, Hyperon, it's kind of confusing. Centralized compute architecture is integrated into Dream Drive Pro ADAS suite of every Lucid Air on the road today. So Dream Drive is already built on NVIDIA. They're kind of keeping this, if you call it, secret from us, which is fine. That answers my question. Is it already on these Lucid cars that we have on the road today? And the answer is yes. And Lucid plans to further collaborate with NVIDIA on future products. Obviously, referencing in a different article, they were talking about the Gravity, Project Gravity, and how that will have the next version of NVIDIA Drive on it, which should hopefully continue to push the software edge of things to continue to advance it. Next, I did want to show you guys, so that was the daily news. Before this announcement, I did not know a ton about NVIDIA Drive, so I went ahead and found a small clip that I want to share with you guys. Let's go ahead and watch it together. And it's just a small little clip, and they kind of just go over the power of it, and they have a pretty good example video. So let's go ahead and watch it.
Sensors, 4D perception, deep learning-based multi-sensor fusion, feature tracking, and a new planning engine. This is our Mercedes Hyperion 8, driving a route of urban streets and highways near our headquarters. You will see Mercedes negotiate merges, crosswalks, intersections, a roundabout, a cloverleaf, merge contenders, cut-ins, and pedestrians. Enjoy.
To provide just a little bit of context, this video was published in November of 2021. I think it's super ironic that right here behind the car, there's a Tesla. It just made me laugh when I was watching this video. So that's the end of that video. There's a lot to, I don't know. It's interesting. It's obviously, it's not as advanced as Tesla's full self-driving. I'll be curious to see how much more advanced they can get in their newer version. I know they're working on a newer stack, I believe. I'm still doing more research into what exactly NVIDIA Drive consists of. I saw that they have this Hyperon, I believe that's how it's pronounced. They also have another version that'll come out in 2024 that'll be expected to be on the Project Gravity. So this is a really good partnership that we know that Lucid's not building this just alone in-house. They have NVIDIA. I do want to continue to see NVIDIA push the envelope when it comes to testing these. And now that they have more and more, hopefully, the more Lucids they get on the road, hopefully that's more data for NVIDIA Drive, and hopefully they can continue to get it better. The other thing is I know that Lucid is not NVIDIA's only customer. I know that they have a lot of different other companies that are using NVIDIA Drive. So I wonder how much the diversion in product is going to affect the speed of innovation, which is a question that I have. And the other thing that it made me think about, I totally just blanked on it. The other thing that I want to think about is I want to know what's in it for NVIDIA. How much is Lucid paying NVIDIA for this technology, or vice versa? I want to know the details behind this deal. I don't know if we can know that in an earnings report, or I don't know if we will ever know the numbers behind that, but that's something I have a couple of questions about. So if you have any information on that, feel free to leave it down in the comments. I appreciate your guys' support. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing. And like always, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.